Listen, it's really hard to find romance manga that don't have weird sexism, queerphobia, or racism. After too many months, we're back with 5 recommendations and a bonus for a Valentine's Day full of heartwarming romance. Who would have thought that the chill waters of an aquarium would be the place for love to spring? A Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow is a manga about the new transfer student, Konatsuki. She moves to a coastal town after her father gets a job abroad, leaving her to live with relatives. The first person she interacts with is Koyuki, the other main character. Little do they know, they have a lot in common, from their tendencies to worry to hiding their pain for the sake of others. The irony. This story explores the need to live up to expectations imposed by parents and teachers, and how debilitating the sense of constant worry and self-criticism can be, even on the brightest of students. So, if you want to see two girls slowly fall for one another while building each other up, I recommend this manga. My anime list ranks it at a 7.74, but I would give it an 8, only because they take a while to get together. But the slow burn is worth it. Read it and root for them. It's an order. Vanilla Chocolate Cigarette by Panda is a sequel of sorts to Bitter Cigar, but can be read by itself no problem. In fact, I started with this one and was only pleasantly surprised to find out that there is another story I could read right after. This manga follows Tsubaki Ryoji, who's just had a job transfer that puts him ill at ease in the sales department with Azuma Takumi, his charismatic senior. His new neighbors are the main pairing in Bitter Cigar. Everything is strange and new to Tsubaki, from his friends who make him reconsider romantic relationships, to his loneliness in this big city, to his biases. I love art like Inoue Takehiko's, but shaky lines are my soft spot. Panda puts so much love and warmth in their art. Every scene is lived in and every character expressive. An Ideal Wife might sound like a weird manga to add to this list, but listen. It's really hard to find romance manga that don't have weird sexism, queerphobia, or racism. This manga doesn't clear the bar, or rather, it has some of these problems, but it does address them. So yeah, I'm not recommending this just as a romance, but as a possibly unintentional comedy with a romance B-plot. An Ideal Wife is a manga adaptation of the 1998 book by the same name, by Neels. It was drawn by Shizuku Katsuragi in 2020 and follows Louisa Howard, a secretary at a clinic. A new doctor starts working at the clinic and she is assigned to help him. But this new doctor is fiancé to a vain and cruel woman, and Louisa herself is being chased by the self-important sexist lawyer, Percy Witherspoon. With her cunning, Louisa tries to rid them both of these terrible matches. If you want some shenanigans in your romance, or you prefer your classic romance, definitely pick this one. This is also a weird recommendation, but Kakkou no Yume, or The Kakkou's Dream, by Tameko, is a pretty messed up psychological thriller you should absolutely read. It's 2 volumes long, with the first setting up the story, while the second subverts your expectations. I couldn't have been more thrilled by the way the story ends, bittersweet as it is. The Kakkou's Dream is about Shogo Natsuka, who has a crush on his perfect friend, popular and handsome Hiro Hakushima. Out of fear for Hiro's reputation, and just general fear of losing Hiro, he has never confessed his feelings. Now in college, Shogo sleeps with Seno. One day, Hiro and Seno end up in an accident, with Hiro remaining in a coma while Seno wakes up some days later. However, everything points to Seno and Hiro having exchanged bodies. This manga has a great story and riveting character arcs. But keep in mind, this particular rec is for adults only. This wholesome shoujo ai is about Yu, who eagerly waits for the moment love will make her sprout wings and make her feel like a character in a shoujo manga. At the end of middle school, she gets confessed to, and yet no wings. Still firmly planted on the ground, she asks the boy to wait for her response. This numbness follows her to high school, and after a month of deliberation, she's capable of rejecting the guy. And it's all thanks to her new friend and student council president, Nanami. She's the only one who understands how Yu feels. The indifference they both feel when they get confessed to would make a reader think that maybe they're just not into relationships. Yu and Nanami know that empty pit that follows a confession, and they don't want to seem weird to others by expressing these feelings. Turns out, they're perhaps into each other? And let me tell you how cute and sad these girls are. They have their friends, yet the distance between them and those who are supposed to be close to them is what brings them together. Whether it's because people revere them or if it's because they find themselves incapable of relating to their friends, they know they have each other and have crushes on each other. You'll be so hyped when they finally realize they're on the same damn page. I give it a 7 out of 10. My anime list gives it a 8.67. I'm only deducting marks because it's not S tier. Otherwise, it's a solid read. And if you're unwilling to read it, there's also an anime, though I promise nothing. I had to add the season's Nachan and I to this list. It's one of the best drawn manga I've ever read. Still, I can understand how it might not hit home for some, seeing as it's more like a series of skits. But trust me, this manga is full of heartwarming scenes with vibrant yet adorable characters. Definitely worth the read. The season's Nachan and I by Sagan Sagan follows childhood friends as they fall in love and end up dating in high school. They have to face the diverging futures and the question of coming out to their friends. But mostly, it's them being cute. These were 6 romance manga that we recommend. If you have any favorite romance manga, let us know in the comments. She's the only one who understands who has a crush on his perfect. This manga, it was drawn by Shizuku, but as a possibly unintentional. You'll be so hyped when they finally realize they're on the same page. You'll be so hyped when they finally realize they're on the same damn page. You'll be so hyped. You'll be so hyped when they finally realize they're on the same. You'll be so hyped when they finally. Oh my god. Freaking hell.